Oh, good evening, everybody. Luckily, I didn't catch Spence rich shaming a director for a bad B movie as the start of the stream. But hey, how is everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing well.
I exist.
I feel that because my entire body's sore.
Do 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 do.
NASA apparently feels like music.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm playing Ocarina of Time.
Cool.
Nice.
Anyway, for
Sounds
this,
like a personal problem.
not an Ocarina of Time fan.
No, I just wanted to be sassy. I'm done now. I get my one sassy for the weekend.
All right, so for this month's bonus roundtable, we are going to talk about something that we've kind of talked about before, and that's going to be food at the table. However, we're not going to do just snacks or anything like that. We are also going to be talking about mostly the theme meals that can pop up with a D&D session. So before we get started, who do I actually got in the panel with me tonight? Starting with the top of the everything.
Me.
That would be you.
I'm Frey.
I are NASA do cosplay.
I am Ninja Spence 21.
So I am a meat popsicle.
And that is Knox, and I'm Hewitt or Miro. So I'll be hosting tonight, and we'll be talking about themed meals in D&D. So the first thing I'm going to ask everybody, and we'll start with M, and just go down the list, and I'll round it out at the end. What is everybody's opinion about a themed meal for a D&D session?
I think it's fun. I don't know if it's
It's a
viable
good
to do it all
idea,
the
but
time.
it can sometimes. That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
It's fun though.
Yeah, it can be, especially especially for like a one shot or something like that. It can be an interesting experience
Oh
for people.
yeah. I think that it basically adds to like the mood for like that the whole set of games. I know, especially for just our Into the Woods series, that literally set the mood, and then that as that we were playing and then eating, just basically that the DM was able to use the prop of the food we were eating and be like, oh, that they served y'all this, and then I think that that's very, very clever.
Yeah, I'm with you all on this.
Pierogies.
Yeah, oh my god, pierogies. Uh, but it's a themed meal is really fun and can, in my opinion, make the game a little bit more enjoyable because it's like bringing part of the fiction into real life. Also, I'm a fat kid, and an excuse for good food is always welcomed. Like it like when at the wedding for Claire and Moose, there was good food. That was awesome. On top of that was already awesome. When we did Into the Woods and had the meals, that was awesome. Mostly because it's like we're gonna have fun and play the game, but I'm also gonna get to eat something very, very delicious.
Yeah, we've never been like uh in my group, my local play group. We've never really done that. It's simply because it's typically done on Saturdays, and I typically already feeding most everybody anyway, kind of thing. Um, like most people show up, and I'll do kind of a big supper to feed everybody before we start playing anyway. But I've never really done anything as far as like a themed meal to go with the whatever we're playing. It's just not something that's I've ever really done.
I know for a fact that it's not necessarily a thing, but sort of like a meme at this point. At just at the shop game that NASA DMs for me and stuff that we basically have this players whose druid have a grilled cheese a addiction. So I am just basically just thinking like, when in the world am I just going to take time out and just make a lot of grilled cheeses and just be like, that you want grilled cheese? We got grilled cheese. Just doing it for the memes.
That'd be pretty fun. It's like, hey, look what I got over here, buddy. Look at this. I think
I
you'll
mean
attack.
that they stole it from a child too
I
in
think you.
game.
I think you'll attack that guard for this
The child
cheese
still
sandwich.
got to eat.
Yeah.
Dear Lord, you don't steal food from kids. Oh,
Well, when the player in question is also still somewhat of a child,
it makes sense.
the impulse control.
So the next question I got for you: should a themed meal be a surprise from the host or the DM to the players?
I think it depends, because I think people should know there's going to be food.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we've had it where people show up and people have already eaten and we had food. I think it's a nice thought, but if you have a big group of people, you need to know what people are going to or can or can't eat.
Yeah, I was going to say the logistics for making it be a surprise can be a little tricky. I feel like the only way to effectively be able to pull that off would be to have, like, in session 0, have a questionnaire of, do you have any allergies? What do you like to eat? Is there anything else that you cannot or do not wish to ever touch or have at the table, kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's a good
And
idea.
that way you then have the, like, the Bible of what your players can or cannot have later on.
Mm-hmm.
But it does take some forethought to be able to pull that off. So
Oh yeah, I mean that, especially that if I was able to basically host a food thing, that I try to get something neutral that everybody would eat, and before I even start getting and gathering the resources and stuff, I will ask like, are you allergic to this? Are you allergic to that? And then that also makes making special accommodations if need be for like our vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, etc. players and such too.
I'm assuming that's Knox's mic that's picking up that little bit of noise.
Or I don't think so, but okay.
No, I was getting it sound like somebody like was shifting around and the microphone was picking it up, and yours is like one of the more sensitive ones. Not like being mean, not anything like that. Just,
Yeah.
I was like, who is likely to be the one making the noise?
Yeah.
But what do you think, Knox, about surprise meals?
In my experience, surprise meals are stupid and don't work because it will never fail that if you are attempting to surprise people with food, every single goddamn one of them will eat on the way to your house.
Yeah.
It's a Murphy's Law thing. That is what is going to happen. They are going to stop and get Burger King on the way. You are gonna prepare like a 6-course meal, and they're gonna stop. They're literally gonna stop at Burger King 3 blocks from the house. It is what it is. That's why we, when it comes to us cooking for people, we make it a point to not make it a surprise, because Hewitt has seen how I cook. I don't cook a little bit of anything.
Yeah, a
All
lot
right,
of us. I was gonna say,
my sandwiches are fucking massive.
Yeah,
So
I learned to cook from my mom, who had to learn to cook for a family of 6. So
yeah, I was gonna say most of us do not know how to cook for one, unless with me it's like, here's ramen. I know how to make this for one.
I mean, I can.
Grew up.
I'm
Go
not
on.
going to, but I
Right.
can.
Right. Yeah, that growing up in a household of basically underneath my grandparents with just their 4 just aunties and my mom, that it was a lot of it was a lot of food being cooked and such. And then that, above all, then that watching just my mom and dad grill and have all of these get-togethers and stuff, it just assimilates to my cooking style, because Nasa has that she has been over, and then that even for it is just that the two of us here, it is still food for basically 6 people.
I do think that maybe if we're considering, like, if you're actually considering doing surprise meals at the table as the DM or the host or whatever, if you're already going through all the work of, like, pre figuring out like what you can or cannot cook for your players, like I said earlier, then maybe you don't have to make it a surprise people we eating tonight. You could literally just tell them, like, if you're planning it, you say, hey, I'm literally doing a themed meal on XYZ night, come hungry. They still won't know what it is you're cooking, so it's still a surprise, but you still have you can negate that sucky factor of they're going to eat ahead of time.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say when it got back around to me, is that the surprise to me, one, no, you don't just go, I made a whole bunch of food, because the 2 times I've done that, I was like, wait, I didn't check Discord, and everybody went and got shit. Now I have a crock pot full of barbecue chicken. Like, good for me tomorrow, but
I'm sorry.
On
I'm sorry. It was me.
on the upside, yeah, but on the upside, you now have a crock pot full of barbecue chicken.
yeah,
Yes, I mean,
I ate on that for 2 days.
like
Go.
barbecue.
Sorry, go
If
ahead,
that
Vincent.
I overcook, I just basically just give it away for free. I don't care, because I just cook so much of it.
But the big thing I would say is kind of like what you were saying, Nasa, is like, hey, I'm cooking tonight. Come hungry. And I mean, you do need to know, especially if you got new players or you're not super familiar with the folks, what they are allergic to, what their texture preferences and stuff like that are, any type of allergies. Uh, like we had to do that with Vincent's birthday. Is like, all right, let's go ahead and find out, do any of these kids have an allergy? Because that will affect what we cook. Or, do they not eat meat? Something like that. But I'll say this for TBA, as long as it's ethically sourced and it does not involve nuts, all of us would probably eat it. Like, I don't think we have too many people that are super
Yes.
picky on some things.
I'm not picky at all. I will try it. I will try anything once, and that I will still eat it.
Now,
I'm not picky.
no, Emily will try just about everything. She has been working very hard to bring me out of my picky shell, because I learned, okay,
It's not that you're picky, it's that your mom was not a good cook.
and my dad was picky, so we ate what my dad would eat. Like, I have learned there's a lot of foods I like that if I mention them, my father immediately makes it you face.
Like, I did used to think you were very picky, but I realized you were not picky, it's the way that you ate growing up.
Boiled Brussels sprouts are disgusting, y'all. Just a heads up. That
Braise them with garlic and butter.
Yeah,
Or eat
or
them raw.
Salt
They're
and
tasty raw.
pepper.
I also
Salt
am
and
not
pepper.
opposed to them being steamed in a basket. I'm not.
That's
But
actually how my
Hey.
mom made them.
my mom boiled Brussels sprouts.
No.
To be fair, if you get them frozen, that's about the only way you can cook them. But the thing is, after you boil them, you got to then saute them off to crisp them back up.
Or
So
else just basically just or else just like glisten them up in what is it, Pam, or else cooking sprays. Pop them
We
just up in at the air fryer with just some salt and butter mixture on them.
Oh, I never
Wham,
put them in the
bam,
air
done.
fryer. I need to try that.
I've seen people coat them and deep fry them and make like a cabbage hush puppy.
Cabbage popper.
I kind of want to try that.
that actually sounds incredible. Yeah, dude,
Mm-hmm.
that sounds good.
Knox, would you eat a deep fried Brussels sprout? Did we lose Knox?
Sorry about that. Nope, child. I there's not a lot of green stuff that I like in general. I am that picky eater. And ultimately, I have tried a lot of things again as an adult. And there are. When I was a kid, I didn't like them because they tasted gross. Now I can taste something and I can tell you exactly why I don't like it. And
Fun fact: Brussels
I
sprouts
did.
taste better than when we were kids for an actual reason.
Mm-hmm.
They do. And Brussels sprouts is something that we have not. excuse. Uh, Brussels sprouts is something that we haven't really uh, gotten around to messing around with again.
Like they literally press bitterness out of them, which is cool.
So you don't like zucchini, Knox?
I have. Excuse me. I have had it. I have done it. I have had it done okay. And it was, and there is. I do want to attempt to make stuffed zucchini because the last time I had it, it was a Lebanese family that would not let me leave their house without when I did a job at their house. They would not let me leave their house without a plate because it was so close to dinner time. And that was pretty good. I have my own ideas on how I want to do it. I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet.
Hewitt made stuffed zucchini a few weeks back with his chicken,
And
it was
chicken, and I made
corn,
chicken.
elote seasoning. Oh my god, it was so freaking good.
I turned the zucchini into a chicken elote taco.
It was so good.
And right now we have 2 full rows of zucchini growing out in the extra garden that I tilled up this year. So we got
Nice.
30 feet of zucchini starting to grow in.
Ooh.
Isn't there squash out there too, or just zucchini?
Okay, there is some yellow squash in there. I'm not sure which is which.
I mean, the plants look about the same, so.
So, and we also just planted some little UFO pumpkins.
There's summer squash.
They're little tiny UFO.
They're
UFO pumpkins.
They're little cute
Though
white summer
those
squash.
are patty pans. Remember I was telling you about stuffing patty pans like an acorn squash, or baking them or roasting them like an acorn squash. That's patty pans. That's what I was talking about.
Are they the same thing? Because they didn't have them as that. They just said they were a type of summer squash. I didn't know if patty pans were the same thing.
Yeah, patty pan is just because that's what it looks like. It looks like a little pot with a lid, and it's it's a colloquial like heirloom name. That's all.
Oh, okay. Because I know patty pan squashes. I just didn't realize that's what that was supposed to be. That just said summer. It said something special name on it.
So we got that. We harvested the onions today too. The garlic.
We're not doing that again.
Yeah. Onions are cheap enough that I can buy them, and my soil keeps producing onions shaped more like a drip of
radish.
Water. Yeah, shaped like a radish or a drip of water rather than the round onion. So We got garlic though. That I think
we planted radishes too today, actually.
Yep. And peppers, more peppers.
Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Anyway, so the next question I'm going to ask you, and Knox has already kind of answered this one because he hasn't had one. What was anybody's favorite themed meal at a game?
Pierogies.
Pierogies.
The Vistani breakfast
The
was my
pierogies
favorite.
and the traveler's stew was going to be my really close second. I don't remember what the theme was for that time, but it was just really damn tasty, especially with the parsnips. Oh my god.
That was good. That was good, and then that that the funny thing is that before I had got the the D&D cookbook that for whenever then that beer broth stew with parsnips. I gotta try that now because that's gonna be good.
Yeah, I need to know about this too, Spence. That recipe.
But whenever that somebody says traveler stew, that is the literal name of the first recipe in the D&D cookbook. Not sponsored, by the way. But anyway, it is just basically that your typical beef stew that has your beef and potatoes in it, and then that you are using a dark stout beer to basically make that the base of your stew meat and stuff. After that, you brown it, of course, and then you put the little brown bits of like that your beef that you had browned into the stew, and it is so good. It just has that earthy, hearty feel to it. It's just so amazing.
Hey, Spence,
So
why do you keep selling something that's sold?
I don't know.
So my girlfriend keeps buying me themed cookbooks because between the two of us, I'm the chef. So I currently have the Avatar: The Last Airbender cookbook and the Jurassic Park theme cookbook.
Nice.
The Atla cookbook, whole lot of really nice like side dish options. The entree options are kind of difficult to pull off. I was gonna do a roast duck one time out of there, but finding the right spice blends was really, really tricky. We don't have a lot of good we don't have good sources for that down here. I'd have to really
Nasa,
hunt.
I can go ahead and tell you the best way to start cooking that duck. First, you're gonna need to get a smoker.
I swear to God, I swear to God, I will walk up there and murder you.
Okay, so that's an inside joke, but I'm not in.
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
in the
but
okay.
I will say this: Spice and Tea Exchange does have some really good spice blends, and also if you go to Saigon Market, you might be able to find something too. Like I've bought Chinese 5 spice from there, and it's really good.
Nasa, later on,
it was needing like garam masala, which is a very specific like Indian spice, which I could probably go to Taste of India to pick up. But
they've got that at
Spice
and Tea Exchange in West Monroe.
Or they did at one point, but
nice.
Nasa, the inside joke on that is, after this is over, go Google "Tea Smoked Duck" by Steve Reichlin. This is. Yeah.
Or he can find it later.
Wait, Steven Reichlin as in Project Smoke?
Yeah.
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 I dislike that guy.
Oh no!
I'm trying not to be a hater, but I dislike that guy.
He
ruins so much food.
Oh no!
You are in.
We as people now.
Yeah, we are. You're in similar company here because we shot. Just to get off topic a little bit, we shot a bunch of clips for a steampunk movie series called Tales of Broken Reality, and we did a bunch of little funny outtakes and stuff like that about making mixed drinks. So then the next day, we're sitting there slightly hungover, watching PBS, and he comes on, and first he ruined a tri-tip. He says, "Look at this medium," and I'm like, "That's all gray."
He hates tri-tip. He always messes up tri-tip. What the hell?
He was saying it was medium, and there was no pink, and then he made tea smoked duck, and this is when I saw Knox get mad at a television.
Yeah.
He started cursing in French.
This stupid son of a bitch decided he was gonna flavor the smoke he was going to flavor the smoke by inside of the the big green egg that he was. No, it wasn't a big green egg. It was
It was a
one of
barrel.
a 55-gallon drum.
Yeah, it was a
The
barrel.
barrel
flamer.
drum smoker. He decided he was going to flavor the smoke, and his idea of flavoring the smoke was to dump a cup of rice into the coal.
It was 2 cups.
And yeah, I want to hurt the man.
Remember, this was
or
like
wild rice blend, or was it just white rice?
Straight white rice.
I mean,
Did he wash the rice?
no,
at least?
no.
Sugar.
It was in fact wild rice. It was wild rice.
Wild rice. It was because we were like, "Is that Uncle Ben?"
And he just poured it on the hot coals.
And we got to remember, this was like nearly a decade ago at this point, and he's still this mad about it.
He then threw a couple bay leaves on top of the burning rice.
Oh,
God.
no.
That's just
Anyway,
gonna make it so
Oh my
damn
gosh.
bitter. Oh God.
It just burned rice is all it would be.
oh god, it was terrible, and I have used this to make Knox's blood pressure go up off and on ever since that happened.
Successfully.
So I see, but perhaps we move on before he has an aneurysm, or before I end up getting one, because this is pissing me off too.
From laughing.
No, I was going to say the Vistani breakfast was really good too, but I'm going to be honest. For the longest time, I didn't like dumplings, and that is because the only dumplings
Of your dad.
Well, not just that, but a lot of my family members on both sides took Bisquick and threw it on top of like soggy chicken and juice and called that chicken and dumplings.
Now, see, my mom made Bisquick biscuits like that, and they were actually good.
To be fair, that before we had that, we did not grow up using that. My mom never ever used like Bisquick to make dumplings. That what we would do is just use like soft taco tortillas to make the dumplings, and then if that was pretty good.
Tortillas?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then if that was good, very good.
Anyway.
And then that before that, I had learned how to basically make the dumplings from scratch. No Bisquick needed. So straight from scratch and put it on top of the chicken broth and stuff. After that, all of that's been cooking for about an hour and stuff. That I am going to have to make some chicken and dumplings for y'all one day.
But then, oh god, that would actually be good. But the point I was trying to make is that Emily introduced me to pot stickers and pierogies and kaluskis, and I learned there were dumplings that I actually like because they actually had flavor to them. And then, like, because a pierogi and a pot sticker are pretty much the exact same thing. Or like when I got a meat empanada, I learned that this is one of my favorite foods because it is a small bread wrapped thing that is delicious.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's the basic definition is empanada is Latinx dumpling. Pierogi, for people who don't know, pierogi is Eastern European dumpling, and pot sticker or Chinese wonton style dumpling is Asian flavor dumplings. You can steam them, you can saute them after they're steamed, or even just saute them straight in oil. The concept is global, and we love the concept, and you can literally put anything in them because they are just a dumpling. That's the whole point.
Gyoza is so good.
Yeah.
I just like them steamed.
I like them a little crispy after they've touched a skillet. So the next question is, what themed meal would you like to maybe see in the future for a TBA game?
As long as Spence cooks those fucking taquitos again, I'm fucking happy.
God, yes, those are so good.
They were.
They are putting me on blast, and then I don't know to be scared or flattered.
Yes.
Just
I mean,
the compliments.
Spence, you cook them again, you can be whatever you want. Because those things are fucking delicious.
I mean, that honestly, go on. Somebody else go.
I would just like to see a cohesive unit of a meal. Like somebody earlier mentioned, like not necessarily like 6 course, but like app, entree, sides, and beverage and dessert, all cohesive and themed together. Like we've gotten close to that, but I don't think we've ever had like everything all at once.
Right.
Which something like that comes better when it's like a holiday, when you can do like holiday themed drinks and stuff too. Um, but that's just me. That's just me being a weirdo with big picture brain. So
I mean, that you are actually not wrong with that, because that for sometimes I feel like that our monster of the week games, even if they are one shot, two shot, or else a full on storyline, especially since that most of our hunts take place in that the South. So I'm just thinking like soul food for monster of the week would be good for the soul, especially that since that the McCulloch line is all of this hoodoo that that this hoodoo voodoo and stuff like that. I think that that'd be very fun to do for Monster of the Week. Just have some soul food in a sense to be going well with just a big overall arching story or anything like that.
That would be good. Also, we could always have, Waffle House. Hint, hint. Waffle House to be good theming.
Waffle House at home. Waffle House, please sponsor us, by the way, that we are at teambonusaction.com.
We have given them so much free advertisement.
Let us play one game in your restaurant, goddammit. They're on every freaking corner in the South.
I eat there too. If y'all want, I'll ask.
Yeah, I can definitely ask and see that, like, if that we can just take in
It
like
just
a little phone
depends.
recorder and just record stuff, because we were talking about this Friday whenever that we had went to Waffle House for breakfast. I mean for dinner.
Knox,
We could always try and go to corporate and see if we can get some.
Knox, bring the rest of Laffy up here. Plus Daryl. And let's just take over a Waffle House. If you bring his children, we will own that Waffle House by the end of the day.
Yeah, because
They are
the things that you ask, they are you the things that you ask, and the destruction that it will wrought may solely be upon your head, because I intend on being a part of it.
At least I know I got an accessory for these things. So
Yeah.
I would really like to, and I know that I think we're doing a session 0 for the exposition this Thursday. I just got to clear with Jed to make sure he can make it as well. It'll be Nasa and Spence, y'all can make it, right?
Yes.
All right, it'll be mostly
Yes.
building characters and going over some lore. But I got ideas.
Yeet.
I got ideas abusing what little information out there about the cotton exposition in New Orleans in the late 1800s. Fun fact on that one. The guy who was put in charge of all the money ran to Mexico with it and then spent some of it to build the Mexican pavilion on behalf of Mexico and never came back to Louisiana. He stole.
Sounds about right.
He stole
I
one.
mean,
He stole like $1.3 million
guess he-
in 1800s money.
I guess he knew where his empanadas were buttered. But
And them's $1998.
Oh shit, $1998. So I got ideas for some of that, and I might try to. I'm not sure how often I'll be able to do it, but I don't know. Red beans and rice are always easy enough to make, and they good.
red
Yeah.
snapper.
Fish.
Oh, I love
Hollandaise.
fish.
Everything hollandaise.
Now, the next question I got is: should we come up with a theme meal for this next upcoming Extra Life? Our theme is outer space.
Yeah. So there's these things called galactic taquitos, and
I can take the hint. I can easily do those. I will have to bring the pressure cooker again. Galactic.
I think like we kind of missed the drop because when we had the Wild West theme, that would have been literally perfect to be doing theme meals on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just barbecue and beans, man. Just barbecue and beans.
Let's
So we
be
kind of
honest.
missed the train on that, but
Well, let's
to be
be
fair,
honest.
that's
Those,
typically what we do typically do.
yeah,
So
but at
Yeah.
the same time, you could still say space barbecue. If you tell me humans go to space and don't have barbecue, I'm going to tell you it's a goddamn lie.
yeah,
I mean that
we,
that
humans
there are
are
different other
space orcs.
types of planet charcoal and wood. Ooh, Mars wooded barbecue. How would that be like?
A little sandy, a little dry, high in
It
iron.
would be red. It it'd be extremely red. It'd be like Arizona barbecue.
Mm. But yeah, I mean
Mesquite.
that a theme. Like obviously that space meals are just basically just like MREs from what we from basically at least from what I have seen
Astronaut ice
on
cream.
TD.
Oh God, no,
We
no.
Hold the
a
phone.
ninja
Hold the
creamy,
phone. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Wait,
a
no, no, no,
ninja
no.
creamy.
Everything has to be based on potatoes because that's all Brad Pitt ate when he was
Yeah.
on Mars.
Ah, wasn't that Mark Wahlberg?
No, that it was Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Burp.
Matt
Damn it, they
Damon.
all look alike. Shut the fuck up.
He had potatoes.
But yeah, I
How long
mean
have you
that.
been waiting to say that?
I've said it since the first time I saw that damn movie.
Potatoes.
They were. He grew them into
He
poo.
did. He scienced
He scienced
He
his own shit.
scienced
the
potatoes.
shit out of this.
Yes.
I know. I think
That
he
was
scienced.
that was a really good movie, and the
I
book's
th-
really good too.
I think he
just to
scienced
say.
this shit into.
It is. It's very
The audiobook's really great. Okay. Kind of continue on the same note. Now I think we know what Knox is going to yell. What dish would you like to see at this next Extra Life?
Besides taquitos.
not taquitos then.
Ooh, if we do potatoes, that means Chris can make pierogies again.
Ooh.
Space pierogies.
Space pierogies.
I'm down for the space pierogies. I was going to say I should cook that zucchini that I made.
You should, because it was really good.
That,
Give me little wings and look like spaceship.
I mean that honestly that I don't know what I can do because then that the thing is that I have learned some new cooking jitsus and technique because that I basically want to make my own like what is that place? Outback bread. I had saw the recipe and then I'm like, I want to try this and basically it seems easy enough to do. And then that the pierogies and egg rolls may be coming back.
Egg rolls are good.
My family has a few like house specialties. One of them is a dinner roll type of bread. It's very tasty, but I'll have to beg my dad for his secret recipe for that. Um, but most of our like family secret recipes are like desserts. Um, and so I'm always like on the lookout for like other people's desserts. So like I'd like to see just more like actual homemade sweets and things like that. Even if it's just something like a pound cake where it's just all thrown in together and baked. That's my kind of shtick.
Don't put it in me with a good time.
Okay, and
I will absolutely make my uh my strawberry shortcake.
Like that. Oh,
Bet.
what was
I
it?
want strawberry shortcake.
What was it that? I mean that. Oh, did I'm trying to think because I've had so many different styles of recipes and such that I know that I have made some homemade garlic bread knots. That those were good. I have basically
Oh hell yeah,
reversed.
that's amazing.
Oh yeah, that's right. That you did have that over here. I'm trying to think because then that
I
I had
did.
basically like reverse engineered Panera's pecan cinnamon swirl bread, but better and with also more pecans. So
Mm.
I just don't know. I'm gonna have to try out some stuff this summer, and also perfect the taquito recipe with quesadillas.
Ooh. I'm bribable with
I'll do
any.
the Diaz if you do the taquitos.
I am
Bet,
bribable with Hispanic food. I've learned this.
bet.
Okay, and we got one more
Yeah.
question. We got one more question that comes from Bosch. What is the fanciest thing you have eaten at the table during a D&D game?
Uh,
Oh.
Okay, how are we going to define fancy?
I don't know because like if you were to ask me what is like the thing that I would not have expected to eat at the D&D table would have been pierogies because in Louisiana, especially North Louisiana, getting a pierogi is kind of rare because Polish folks didn't really settle here. But I'm also thinking like most expensive, I guess, or like rarest. And this is as bad as my brain goes to. I've eaten a Fiero Rocher while playing D&D, and I feel like
Bruh.
I feel like that's fancy, and I know it's actually not.
You can
So
buy those at the
fancy.
Dollar Tree.
So fancy.
I mean, I have two
It's
things
not Dollar
because
Tree
then
anymore, it's $1.25 tree.
Yeah,
right
well, the sign hasn't
exactly
changed.
because I know that at the shop game that people are always like, "What did Spencer bring this week?" Because I would come in with just like Wendy's or else something. But I think that the most fanciest thing that I have brought to a D and
Ooh,
D
ooh,
game,
your maple scones.
maple
The
scones.
maple bread things. The maple bread things. Was that you or was that Kevin?
That was probably Kevin because I don't remember making
I
scones
thought it
for
was
people.
you.
Was it me?
No, you did oatmeal somethings.
Oh, that the from that the Final Fantasy cookbook that was that you know that those that you know that you know that those oat muffins with honey in them that they basically tasted like a
That was it.
muffin honey bun but made from oats. That was so delicious
Yeah,
and good.
those were very good.
But I think personally that the it was like in a D&D adjacent thing, I guess I was at or something. But for some odd reason, I just remember just having like a wagyu steak with just some vegetables, and I'm like, is I'm really eating this?
Anything fancy, Knox?
I mean, honestly, not really. We've done the we've done the whole steaks and stuff like that. That's about it. That's about it, honestly. Uh, I've done a bit of every now and then. I'll do anytime I do any uh kitchen experimentation. It's typically on Saturday night because if this is gonna be good, I want to share it with my friends, and if it's going to be bad, I want to force them to partake in it anyway. Because I'm just that good of a friend.
It's true
Um,
love.
it really is.
It's
Uh,
like locking the windows on the car after Taco Bell.
you just got to share. You know what I mean? Uh, you just got to share. Uh, you got to let them know that you care. Uh, so yeah, that's a lot of my stuff is just mainly I've already. Hey, this looks cool. I'm gonna try this now. Now it's everybody's problem. Whether it's a good problem or a bad problem, that will remain to be seen. But it's going to be everybody's problem.
Anything, Emmy?
We not fancy folks.
I do remember for a while growing up that I thought red beans and rice was actually fancy, but compared to what I normally ate as a kid.
What?
Yeah, I know. Don't read into it too much. That was like the thing we got to eat like every couple of weeks or every couple of months.
Like I think some of the things, Chris made during y'all's spooky game might be some of the fancier stuff we've had, but
Yeah, and then I think that I sometimes like contribute to that as well. And then y'all are just like, why do you cook like this? Like that, the fajitas were pretty fancy, and then that, like Chaos Muffin was just like, is that Mr. Spencer going to make more shrimp? Then
she
I
ate all
personally,
that shrimp.
My child stole shrimp.
Our child just steals what he wants to eat, like when he stole the fried green beans off Clara Moose's plate when we went out to dinner that night.
That's true. They knew what they were doing, though.
Hey, fried green beans is tasty. I don't blame the kid.
Oh, I
I don't
agree.
blame
It's
him
just we
either.
hadn't ordered them. Clara and Moose had.
Just like fried green tomatoes and fish. Mm-mm.
All right, so it's we're getting towards the end of this one. So I need everybody to take a D20 or use a rolling app. We are going to do insight check. I rolled a 1.
I'm trying to reach my D20.
I
Oh
rolled a
my
1.
god.
Roll again for me, please, Hewitt. I currently do not have one available.
All right,
I got a 5.
I got a 5.
Knox got a 15.
He just beat me. I had a 14. Damn.
All right, Knox. Have you've been here when we've done the insight check, right?
Uh,
I don't think he has.
let's
Okay.
sure. I have no idea.
Tell
Okay.
us the rules again anyway.
Okay, so what insight check is that whoever rolls the highest is going to tell us something that we then all have to determine if you're telling the truth or not. And it's just a fun way to throw out some additional information.
It does not have to be a personal story. It could literally be a fun fact, like trivia. It could be anything.
Yeah, I had one today. Damn it.
Stupid plants. Let's see. That's it. Huh. I don't know. I really legitimately can't think of anything off the top of my head. Because I always thought that dogs laid eggs. So,
I got one that's a phrase. If y'all want the origin of this one, if y'all can figure out if it's true. So the phrase "to butter someone up" actually goes back to Denmark in the late 1600s, where their prime minister had agitated the public so much that they coated him in butter and fried him and ate him.
I feel like this would be on Cabinet of Curiosities, but I also feel like it's bullshit.
I'm calling Shisa.
I am calling objection on this one.
I'm saying simply for the cannibalism.
I don't know. The Dutch are kind of crazy. And by kinda, I mean the Dutch are pretty crazy.
This would be the Danes, Denmark. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you, the Danish did eat their prime minister one time because he made them mad, but the origin of butter someone up is actually from ancient India, where they would throw butter as part of a religious ceremony, a lot of times putting it on the statues of their gods.
Huh.
Interesting.
Thus says Grammarly.
All hail Grammarly. Hail, hail, hail.
It was messing up my writing, so I had to uninstall it. It was correcting things, and I'm like, no, that is correct. What are you doing?
Don't tell me I'm wrong. I know what I'm about.
Anyway,
Hewitt doesn't need
I know
Grammarly.
his words.
no, Grammarly would quit. Grammarly would quit dealing with me.
That's what you have me for, dear.
Yep. Okay, so
Oh, Jesus.
I will turn it over to my lovely wife for all of our social information, and then I'll give the schedule for the next week.
Okie doke. So we are here on Twitch, obviously, it's Team Bonus Action. And you can watch all of our previous podcasts and videos and such over on our YouTube channel, where we are also Team Bonus Action. And we are Team Bonus Action over on the Facebooks. We are on the hellscape that is Twitter as @bonus_team, and we also have a Instagram that is Team Bonus Action, as well as our website, teambonusaction.com.
All right. Well, tomorrow we'll be back with Holy Winds. Thursday we will be back with the first episode of the Exposition, a Monster of the Week themed game with the Tears of Kairos crew. And next Sunday will be a kitchen table where Knox, Cannon, and I sit down and talk about how crazy probably the last month has been, and somebody's wife finds something terrible on the internet for houses.
Uh,
You hurt Knox last time, Emily. You really did.
Wunderbar.
It justifies everything that I do to you.
No, anything I find justifies all the shit you've said.
That happens in reverse. You have that revert. You have that inverted.
It sounds like this argument could echo in the night.
We are in the same house.
Anyway, since Knox is here,
Well, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us this evening, and hope you join us again next time. And until then, folks, don't let your meatloaf.
thank you for tuning in to another Bonus Roundtable podcast brought to you by Team Bonus Action. If you'd like to find more out about us, you can go to our website at teambonusaction.com, or you can check us out on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube as Team Bonus Action, or on Twitter at bonus_team. And since Knox is not here, don't let your meatloaf.